So Thanksgiving is great and all, and it's really important to be thankful, but I really do wish that we had some more time with Halloween. I mean, I have like great things like this, like practical joke things, like all kinds of great stuff like that. I mean, this is like some kind of like spider, and he's neat. He does like moves or whatever. And he's not real. If he were real, he would like move or something. Oh, maybe he is real. Anyway, there's all kinds of great things. Halloween is a great time of year, and this is some kind of weird, awkward phase that we have in between the winter holidays, whichever, take your pick, and Halloween, which everybody kind of universally celebrates in the United States, at least in some parts of Europe, although there's some debate about where it's celebrated. But all of that is to say that it's still a time to use the things from Halloween and play pranks on the people that you care about most, so they can be thankful when the prank is over that it wasn't real. The spider wasn't real, guys. Like, get over it. This is college success coaching, and that is real. So, not Israel. They celebrate Halloween too, though, at least in Tel Aviv. This is Eric Allen. Let's get started. So I'm really happy to have you all here for the Turkocalypse. I did have a picture earlier for everybody, and it's my amazing work that I did and my awesome drawing that I did after. It's not even mine. Like, that's the worst part. It's not even mine. I couldn't trace this as well. My hand would keep moving. So I have fun with these holidays. These holidays are great. The value of tradition is definitely something that we need to take into account, because we are always talking about, how do you progress? How do you advance? How do you do better? How are we working out this whole like college thing? The college success. We do a lot of work with that. And it's important to have non-college success type things in your life, right? Like, I know it's amazing. We hang out, we talk, and it's really fun. And you wait like with bated breath every week, like, when are his videos coming out? And why didn't he put out all 7 this week? And why was it only 26 minutes? And how can I subscribe on www.collegesuccesscoaching.com? And where's the link in the description that takes me right to the spot where I can subscribe to the channel, and then I can subscribe in real life and become a member, and then I can get all the different benefits and attributes and use all the different resources and tools and see the expert interviews with people and get in with the group of people who support each other every week and go through more than twice the amount of material that's online on YouTube for me that I look for that doesn't even come out in all 7 videos every week. I know you're all asking all that stuff. So I don't have all the answers, but what I can tell you is that you should enjoy this holiday. And we're going to get into that a little bit later as well. But in the meantime, let's talk about the article of the week. The article of the week is how to stand out when applying to STEM programs. You can check out the description below when you're looking on YouTube. If you are on the live stream, just check it out. Like, you can see the link that I just put in there. And wait, hold on, I just got a question. What about the mug? What about the mug? What's in the box? All right, so the mug of the week this week, it's heavy. This is a real strong, girthy mug. It's from Edible Arrangements. These things actually, not this particular mug. I am super lucky. Heartable. I just think that's awesome. Somebody thought it was Heartable. So I got this delivered to me, and it had the edible arrangement in the mug, which was awesome. And so it's like, oh, I get to eat stuff, and I get a mug. And you know that how much I hate mugs. So, that kind of worked out. They do new mugs all the time, so you probably won't ever see this one again. That's like the cool. Anyway, I'm lucky, and if you really, really want one, I'll see what I can do. Send me your address. I'll see what I can do about getting you one. But it really is great to get an edible arrangement. I like getting them for the holidays. I like sending them to people for the holidays. The best part about coming to a holiday event with one of these is that you actually get to eat it too. So chocolate dipped bananas. That's what I got to say. I've been saying it to everybody so far this week. You're no exception. Edible Arrangements is it's the only legitimate one. So call up your local store. Don't use the internet. Like, don't be one of those people that just like, oh, I just want to click and find things. Like, talk to somebody. They'll customize what it is that you need, and you'll find out that they have more than what's just easily available online, because that's usually just batched up. So like, it shows what's easiest to order. But a person would help you, like one-to-one, kind of like you ask for expert advice. Call them up. See what they can do for you. Edible Arrangements. I just want to throw a disclaimer out here. By the way, I get paid nothing to talk about the things that I talk about. So if I ever advertise something like a movie or music or like something like that, like I don't get advertising. I will let you know when I do start to get advertising, but typically that will not be for my subscribers. It would be more for the YouTubes and the Instagrams and stuff like that. That's when I would do that, but not for you guys. You're already paying. It's kind of like paying for ads free. You won't have to pay if you're talking to me. I'm not going to be that guy. There is a guy that does that. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get there. But let's get there. Talk to your friends, get them all to sign up for the thing and the subscription and whatever. But thank you for asking about the article or the mug of the week while we go through the article. So this article from the HuffPost, this is from Kat Cohen, who's a contributor, college admissions counselor, CEO, and founder of IvyWise. Not bad credentials. Hold on, I'm allergic to this. I know some of you were giving me some bad juju, so I said HuffPost. I had a Fox News article before. I'm all kinds of balanced, so don't give me hate. Don't throw hate. These are good articles that I have out here. So just so you know, I vet the articles that I get and I read them and I source them, and we always critically evaluate bad articles. Articles that are not written as well. So just take that as read. So this article was a request that I got from a student saying that they had not yet applied to all of the schools they wanted to go to, and they wanted to know if there was anything different that they could do about applying to a STEM program. So instead of just telling you what I think, I decided to read an article which tells you what I think, because what I think is based on the research. So let's get started. The demand for STEM degrees is growing, and more students are applying to top universities with the goal of pursuing a STEM education. As more students and parents consider the ROI, return on investment, for those of you who are not in the finance world, of college degrees, STEM programs are slowly growing in popularity, leading to larger applicant pools and even bigger struggles for students to stand out and gain admission. Just in 2016, nearly 36% of students admitted to the class of 2020 at Harvard intended to study a STEM concentration. That's a huge percentage, by the way. Over the past 2 years, Harvard has seen a dramatic increase in the percentage of applicants who intended to study computer science, with a 38.9% increase in computer science applicants in 2015 and a 22.1% increase in 2016. So it's like it's growing and growing. Last year, so 2016, Yale's most popular course, Introduction to Computing and Programming, was taken by nearly 10% of all undergraduates at the Ivy League institution. Yeah. At the country's most elite colleges, where even exceptional students have stiff competition, there are a growing number of STEM applicants vying for the opportunity to set themselves apart even more. So what can STEM students do to stand out from the crowd when applying to college? There you go. So let's get into the answer. Take the right classes. Grades and course loads are two of the most important things that colleges will consider when evaluating students' applications. So it's important for STEM students to take the right classes and perform well in them. So this is like you have the opportunity to take electives, hopefully next semester, but then the semester after that, and maybe even in the summer. You might want to consider it if you haven't taken anything related to the STEM field you're looking to apply to. That's me. That's not the article, but I'm sure that she would agree. Students need to take an appropriate math and science course with increasing difficulty each year. Taking AP courses is also important if offered. And caveat, if you're good at it. I talked about this last week. Not a good idea if you're like, yeah, I'm really bad at bio. I think I'll take the AP and look for the boost. Not going to work out. But taking APs in math classes, if you're looking to get into STEM, you should be good at math and science anyway, right? I mean, that's the whole STEM, science, technology, right? You know that? You do know that, right? Send me a question if you don't know that. And if you don't know that, you're probably not applying to these schools in STEM, so don't worry about it. STEM applicants should also consider taking SAT subject tests in relevant math and science subject areas. By the way, pause, time out. So this is for everybody. This is not just for people in STEM. This article works for people in the STEM field, but every field's getting more competitive. And this information, this advice is good advice, but it applies to everybody. Like if you were going into not biology, but like let's say you're going into history, probably should take AP history in high school to be competitive. If you want to take law, probably should take government or law at the highest levels at your high school. should probably join the debate team if you want to get into politics or law. Just saying. It always makes sense to join the things that match the thing that you're trying to do for your career, which, again, as juniors, this is a perfect time for you to really work on that and consider it, because this shows maturity, it shows growth, and obviously you're here with us because we are growing in our understanding of what we find important. So you'll know, like, yeah, I think I want to try out the STEM field, or I want to try out this idea of law, I want to try out debate, because that's the playground. This is the sandbox. And then you get to go to college and you get to really practice that as a professional that is growing in information, education, wisdom, and experience, right? So that's the point. So I just wanted to make that clear. All right, unpause, time in, game on. Students can also take courses at a local college to gain credit for advanced science and math courses that are not offered at their high school. Wow, she's reading my mind. Actually, she's a little behind because I said that just before. Not only does this show that students know their math and science material, but it also shows colleges that students are taking initiative and challenging themselves in order to prepare for the rigors of a college education. So going to college before college tells colleges that you want a college. Wait, what is it? Kermit's just sitting here like, I thought that you were going to college so you could learn college things, but that's just none of my business. It's true, though. Sad, but true. I mean, obviously, you understand like just how contradictory that is. But that it's true. Getting into a higher level college, it is important to show initiative and that you're really working hard. And if you can do well at college classes, even like a local college class while you're in high school, you're money. You're good material. Get creative with extracurriculars. Extracurricular activities for STEM students may seem limited. It's really not. But there's actually a lot that students can do outside the classroom to showcase their STEM interests. Some schools have a robotics team where students build robots and compete in local and national robotics competitions. That's really cool, actually. Other schools might offer a math club where students can practice and compete in local and national mathematics competitions. That's not as cool. But if you're really into math, it probably is cool, actually. Physics and biology clubs are also popular, with students meeting after school to work on physics experiments or study the biology of local plant life. So those are two things you could start on your own. If your school doesn't have those, who cares? Start one. There's probably funding. Go through the library, talk to people in the local community, get a flyer, make it official, make a Facebook page, get credentials on there, put it on your LinkedIn. Did we talk about LinkedIn? We'll talk about LinkedIn. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about that before you apply to college because you should have it. You need your social media to show your interests because colleges will look at your social media. So just FYI. Make the most of summer breaks. Yeah. For most STEM students, the summer is the perfect time to really delve into activities and projects that they might not otherwise have time for during the school year. For STEM students, there's a lot of potential to secure a local internship, research project, or summer program that is focused on their field of interest. I'm not going to get too much into this paragraph because it's kind of what we were talking about before. Summer can be a big benefit, and we will actually go through week by week about summer. We're going to talk about summer in January and then March and then in May. So we're going to go through that. I don't really need to go into this too much. Showcase your personality. So this talks about essays. When applying to college as a STEM student, it's easy to get caught up in the numbers, focusing on demonstrating good grades, test scores, and more. In many cases, students can lose their voice and personality in the process, which can make it hard for them to stand out against other applicants with equally impressive grades, courses, and STEM experiences. This is true. Like, this is actually very true. A lot of kids are going to have a 1600 on the SAT or a super score, a perfect super score. A lot of kids are going to have a 4.0 plus because they're working hard and they're achieving a lot. They have really high goals and they put high demands on themselves. So if you're not doing other things that show your personality, you're kind of not any different than anybody else. How am I to pick between two perfect scores? You need something else, that like a little flavor that you add into it. So while students need to demonstrate their specialty, they also need to show their personality. Who are they outside the classroom? What are the interests outside of STEM? How will you contribute to the campus as a student and as a citizen? These are the things colleges ask themselves as they build the next freshman class, and students' applications need to answer those questions. So this is student government. This is being involved in your local community. This is being involved in a farmer's market or doing some kind of charity work or being in a local band or being a part of something that's fun and in the community that shows that you are a member of that community and you care. That's all. It's actually not that big of a deal. So, you can pick things. This is where it's probably the easiest, least amount of demands, biggest boost to your personality profile on your resume. So think about that. Students should use the essay to reveal something new that can't be found anywhere else in the application. Students can use the school-specific essays to address how they fit into the campus as a student outside of STEM. STEM. Applicants shouldn't let their focus on demonstrating their STEM or other interests keep them from showing other facets of themselves. Again, all of this applies if you are going into law. All of this applies if you're going into history. All of this applies if you're trying to be a teacher. You still have to show how you're a person, not just a career. You're a person who wants a career. You're not a career who wishes it was a person. That would be weird because then you'd not be a person. Be a person. Don't do drugs. Even with all the competition, STEM students can separate themselves from the rest of the crowd if they take advantage of all the opportunities around them. At the end of the day, if students take challenging courses, perform well in the classroom, pursue their interests in extracurricular activities, and build a well-balanced list of best fit colleges, they will get into a college where they will be successful and happy. Or not. I just want to throw that out there. So I can never guarantee positive outcomes. I can only guarantee negative outcomes. So if you don't do all those things, you're really hurting your chances of getting into the school that you want to get into. This is not to say, Eric told me if I just do these things, I'll get into a great school. That's how you do it, but nobody's guaranteed anything in this world. Be aware of that. Be prepared for that. And if that doesn't motivate you a little bit more to work a little harder than what you thought you needed to, hopefully that does that. That's what my hope is. I'm not trying to bring you down. I'm actually trying to bring you up. So that is the article of the week. What I hope that you all get from this article is, in general, what it is that you need to be doing to make yourself stand out. That's what's really most important, is standing out. Like having stupid little things while you're doing what you want to do and watching the movies that you want to watch and, like drinking out of the mugs that you love and show your personality. But being excellent at what you do. I mean, and I'm just going to use me as an example because you're not here. You're not here. If you're here, that's really creepy. Mark? Mark's not here. None of you are named Mark. None of you. Really? If you're on YouTube and your name is Mark, you're not here, just so you know. What I hope is, though, that you can see that while I have all this information and we talk about things that are important, I research articles and I give expert advice and I connect with experts in different fields. And, I put out some tools and things that are clinically tested and that come from professionals and experts in multiple fields. There's definitely a personality coming through. I can tell you that. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm told all the time. There's a personality coming through. What has served me best in my career is the fact that I can be an expert and grow and learn and be the best at what I do, but also have a personality and a life. There's all kinds of things I do. I do a totally different live stream and podcast that is just nothing but the stuff I like. Defeated by Delicious Fruit Pies. It's fun. It's just goofy and fun. And it's what my friends do. And we have a good time, and it's not productive at all. Although we might start selling t-shirts, but again, figuring out how to monetize something that I love. I mean, it's just in my nature to do that. And that's why I want to instill that on you. Finding the things that you care about, that's the hard part. After that, it gets a lot easier because it's like, well, I would work to get better at this thing because I care about it, right? That's the no-brainer. That's the easy part. And that's why I get excited about helping you figure out what your purpose is. When I am thankful is when you all send me something that says, I got it. I figured it out. I'm pretty sure this is what I want to do. It's fuzzy, but it's what I want to do. I love the fuzziness, but it's what you really feel is you. You feel identity with that. It connects to you on this visceral level. That's what I'm thankful for. It's what I'm thankful for every week. It's what I'm thankful for every time I work with you guys. Not to get too sentimental. It's great. It really is great. That's what I do this for. And I hope that you are finding and searching for what does that for you so that we can all be thankful at the next Thanksgiving, and we don't all have to be thankful for our art skills. Anyway, thank you all for listening to the article and talking this week. I'm going to have to let everybody go who's not a subscriber. But again, look down in the description. You can check out how to become a member, and then you can jump on to next week's and I'll answer your questions just like I'm about to jump on and do with my regular subscribers, you beautiful, wonderful people. And, you know, you can look at the resources and everything else for free as soon as you jump on. It's 2 weeks, $50 a week after that. Not a big deal. It is a commitment, but the commitment is the time, not the money, right? And I would hope that you'd want to commit to yourself. So stay safe out there and have a great Thanksgiving if I don't see you until the next YouTube video. Otherwise, you know, stay tuned if you're one of the members. Sayonara to the rest of the suckers.